Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Fireside chat hosted on behalf of LongX in partnership with the fine folks at LifeXtension. At LongX, we aim to expand access to longevity education and learning opportunities globally, ensuring that the future contributors to the aging field come from the best of every country, regardless of your access to local opportunities. We do this through our flagship project, the Explorer Fellowship Program, which includes access to our longevity primer course and career development opportunities with our various industry partners. I'd like to note that applications for the Explorer program are currently open, so if you're interested, please go check them out. I'll now let Life Extension introduce themselves and our guest also.
A warm welcome to everyone present here. On behalf of my community, I would like to tell you a bit about Life Extension. Life Extension is a community dedicated to individuals who are passionate about longevity and eager to understand aging and its implications. Our mission is to raise awareness among young students like ourselves who are equally curious about how to improve the quality of life, not just for ourselves but our loved ones. We particularly aim to promote the concept of longevity within the Indian audience. And at Life Extension, our mission is to make longevity research easy to understand, encourage collaboration across different fields, create opportunities and learning, and taking meaningful steps towards a healthier future. We believe longevity isn't just about living longer, it's about helping everyone live better and healthier lives. I would like to call Ishika to introduce our guest.
Yeah. So, hello everyone and welcome. It's an absolute honor to introduce our distinguished guest today, Dmitry Kaminskiy. So, Dmitry is a visionary entrepreneur, investor, and thought leader in the fields of deep tech, AI, and of course, longevity. So, as the co-founder and managing partner of Deep Knowledge Group, he has been at the forefront of groundbreaking innovations that are shaping the future of human health and technological advancement. Through ventures like Longevity.Capital and Deep Knowledge Ventures, he has been driving investments in AI-powered drug discovery, precision medicine, and life-extending technologies. So beyond his work as an investor, Dimitri is also an author and a global speaker, sharing his insights at major platforms like The Economist, The Financial Times, and top institutes like Oxford University and Harvard. His contributions to longevity research policy and investment have helped accelerate the advancements in the field. And today we have the privilege of hearing directly from him. So we are truly honored to have you here, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Ishka. Okay, dear friends, dear colleagues, yes, will make presentation today. I understand I have 30 minutes. Uh, we'll be talking about real practical longevity, longevity science 2.0, longevity medicine 2.0, medicine for humanity. I very much appreciate that many people here are from India. I myself, I'm originally from Moldova. Moldova is the poorest country in Europe and the most problematic in terms of healthcare. So, and the country with least life expectancy in Europe. So I do understand very much, on a practical level, what does it mean, how life expectancy, health expectancy, quality of life are interconnected, with welfare of the country and vice versa. However, we also do know that many super successful financial countries, for example, US, we are not until now we're not doing very well in terms of let's say if not healthcare, but at least proper health span. So, and considering that you are kind of inviting me second time, so I understand that you're also interested in something, really next generation. So, and when I was reviewing how you placed announcement about my presentation, so I understood that you are actually interested not just about mainstream longevity science or longevity medicine, but something beyond that. And I decided not to make more sophisticated presentation rather than if it will be just conventional, normal aging research or longevity medicine, longevity science, etc. kind of presentation. So today I will be speaking about fifth industrial revolution and actually sixth industrial revolution, about very practical things in science, in medicine, healthcare, and a little bit closer to the presentation, you will be quite surprised that a lot of that stuff, which I will be talking about at the core of real science, deep longevity science, it's coming from ancient India and from ancient kind of, longevity practices from India. But at the same time, I will explain you how this is also interconnected with space medicine. Okay, so I will start with my presentation. 1 second. Go to the beginning. Just in case the entire kind of scope of presentation, 120 slides, I will be speaking quickly, maybe skipping, some of the slides, but I will then provide this presentation to you, so kind of it will be in your archive. So if you will be, somebody will miss any slides or any information, so you will be able, to review it without error. So today we're speaking about longevity industry 2.0, deep tech engineering, the accelerated trajectory of human longevity. We will speak about how longevity industry 1.0 was established and our vision how it could be accelerated towards 2.0, and of course applications of artificial intelligence for longevity R&D, for medicine, and also for consumer applications. On the other hand, I will substantially cover mitochondrial research in space medicine, practical longevity, and at the same time, more holistic approach to longevity of human race, of humanity, because there should be not only investment and finance should be taken into account, but also policy, ethics, governance, kind of philanthropy, etc., etc. So, in full capacity. I'm Dmitry Kaminskiy, general partner of Deep Knowledge Group, and I'm very much delighted now to be invited by LifeXtension and LongX. Yes, so Deep Knowledge Group, it's a consortium of for-profit and non-profit organizations. We do have a number of investment financial vehicles. We do have around 10 analytical subsidiaries, and we have a number of non-profit projects. Most of them are actually related to either aging research or longevity or some kind of, health tech, medicine, etc. As you in the right way acknowledged in that announcement about my presentation. So Deep Knowledge Group, it's not usual organizations, very much beyond usual, and we are naming ourselves as mathematical financial corporation focused on deep tech and longevity. Now, when I entered this field in 2013, this industry, what is now considered as longevity industry, everybody was naming anti-aging, or maybe biogerontology, or aging research, or biomedicine, biotech. There was no clear understanding. What does it mean? Put it this way: nobody was talking about longevity. Everybody was talking about some other kind of things. And we started to, we organized this analytical entity, Aging Analysis Agency, back in 2013 in London. This was our first analytical report, regenerative medicine industry framework, and then a number of other reports. I think most of you knows these gentlemen, so they inspired me, to give up my financial fintech business, banking business, and actually to completely repurpose my life agenda towards longevity industry. Aubrey de Grey, Alex Zhevorenkov, I'm considering them as scientific godfathers to me in those times. In nowadays, things are a little bit changed. This is trajectory of our analytical reports, their evolution. We produce a lot of, just like hundreds of analytical reports. Many of them are open sourced, or at least partially open sourced. After 5 years of that uncertainty, what does it mean biotech, aging research, biogerontology, health tech, etc. We, at our firm, we came up eventually to understanding what does it mean longevity industry. We produced initial simplified version of analytical framework, and we formulated this word longevity industry. And by the way, by now we registered international trademark longevity industry, so it's belong to us. We're not charging anybody yet. However, maybe we'll be charging some financial organization who are making profit out of this industry, or maybe some not very much relevant people who are abusing this word longevity. Anyway, this is like more enhanced, more sophisticated framework for longevity industry. Based on that framework, I published this book in 2020, Longevity Industry 1.0. defining the biggest and most complex industry in human history. And over complexity of this industry, it's indeed, the probably the major roadblock and major obstacle. Uh, but I will touch, cover a little bit more about frameworks. So, and this is series of my books, most of them on longevity, and also here's Fifth Industrial Revolution. Actually, now I'm already working on a framework for Sixth Industrial Revolution. This is our open source platform, Longevity.International. So in previous edition, we profiled and let's say highlighted 50,000 companies, 10,000 investors, around 1,000 hubs. This is one-stop platform, interactive platform, but at the same time, kind of Wikipedia of longevity ecosystem. There's a lot of information besides industry, also kind of events or some non-profits, charities in longevity. We're also publishing regularly this industry journal. We are preparing to launch in April Longevity Industry Ecosystem 2025. It will be approximately 10 times bigger compared with our previous edition. So it will cover 250,000 companies, 100,000 investors. Framework of industry will be much more extended and detailed, 70 segments, 25 leaders, and multiple other kind of conferences and some kind of what we are naming its object. It's also, so this will be open source, free of charge, just like for how say helping communities, maybe like community of scientists or students or any kind of activists in this industry, just like to know who's doing what and maybe find each other. So first of all, it's like matching system, but we also kind of along with that we will be let's say launching, actually they already kind of launched 70 thematic professional industrial analytical systems dashboards. Some of them are AI driven. They're focused on investment, financial analytics, on some kind of specific practical medical applications, but also what is unique, we do have longevity governance, longevity policy, longevity philanthropy, and some kind of analytical approach how to assess what is ethics in longevity industry. And yes, over complexity of this industry requires equal, super composite, super complex, sophisticated approach for resolving this complexity. So we are using, as I mentioned, for 11 years we're working on frameworks to such extent that we actually kind of designed the entire approach how to create frameworks for any deep tech industry, next generation industries, and we are publishing this on frameworks.technology. These are multiple frameworks, so each banner it's actually leading to specific website where we can provide it very comprehensive documentation on framework of the industry. For example, philanthropy industry, longevity industry, or healthcare insurance, or longevity biomarkers, fifth industrial revolution, AI drug discovery, etc. Femtech, women health industry, space tech industry, longevity governance framework, and then some kind of corporate strategies for corporations which want to implement within for their employees some kind of healthy lifestyle strategies. Apparently, like our major focus framework for longevity industry. This is, for example, AI, artificial intelligence drug discovery analytical framework. In drug discovery, now very well-known company in Silicon Medicine, probably leading company in artificial intelligence for drug discovery. So we were the first investors in that company. And this is like our interactive framework for fifth industrial revolution. I'm preparing to publish, I think in April, maximum in May, I'll be publishing this book, Longevity Industry 2.0, Deep Tech Engineering, the Accelerated Trajectory of Human Longevity, and Blueprint and Pathway from Longevity Industry 1.0 towards 2.0. Now, this is about big data analytical systems. So, as I said, in total, we have more than 100, around 120 thematic big data analytical systems. They're packed into dashboards. 70 of them are related to longevity, life sciences, health tech, biotech. This is the hyperlink, of the website where you can review them. And this is like professional now, industrial grade, mostly investment in science investment, kind of variously, kind of financial analytics dashboards. Here's some example, some visualizations. So because over complexity is also kind of in many cases resolved by not only some kind of numerical statistical information or textual information, but also via advanced visualizations, like big data visualization or sophisticated not 2D but 3D or what could be made 4D in a sense, like with some time scales. 5D it will be like back propagation, historic data it will be 4D, and with forecasting time machine to the future it will be 5D. This is an example of some dashboards, like, for example, longevity financial industry or longevity industry in Israel or longevity real estate. And here's just like many of them, like space medicine or longevity fintech or biomarkers or medical clinics, etc., etc. A lot of regional, for example, longevity in Spain. I think our kind of analysts are also working on longevity in India, or at least longevity in Asia. So I think India will be also somehow interconnected with some like Vietnam, Malaysia, like let's say similar countries. Yeah, so 70 dashboards. Maybe in April there will be another 5, 10. So um, now longevity medicine 2.0, like the real longevity medicine, because currently the term longevity medicine is very well promoted. In many cases, probably even not for the good for the industry and for the clients, because maybe there are indeed capable doctors who are really capable to extend health span, maybe lifespan. But on the other hand, there's too much hype, and I'd say too much charlatans. And we will need to work, to create more tangible, more precise, more accurate, more realistic, more pragmatic medicine. It should be longevity medicine. It should be based on much more advanced understanding of underlying science, underlying not only um, like on cellular level, but intercellular, like or maybe nano level of biological process. So I will be speaking now about mitochondrial medicine, intersection with space medicine, intersection with practical longevity means like biohacking, and at the same time that any tangible medicine, especially longevity medicine, just like impossible without understanding underlying scientific and practical applications of mitochondrial medicine. It is also interconnected, I will explain it later, with traditional, let's say, ancient medical practice or health practice coming from India, in particular from yoga, pranayama. On the other hand, I will talk about major global health challenges and also, whereas AI and biomarkers are actually stands here. This book I published in 2021. Apparently, it's already quite outdated because progress in biomarkers is just like going exponentially. We profiled this ecosystem of biomarkers, like all the companies, all laboratories, some kind of science, etc., were working in the domain. Now, many of them are actually became very famous and very successful in biomarkers. Uh, Apparently, this is very much interconnected with wearables, with sensors, with measuring invasive and non-invasive biomarkers. A lot of progress happened during last 2 3 years in this domain, and just like 25, it will be just like even more, like dynamic will be even more and more exponential. Um, so things are good in general, conventional approach to biomarkers. However, still there is no real consensus of which biomarkers are really kind of exact, which of them are really tangible, which of them are more universal. And I think that I will need in the next several months also kind of publish second edition of the book, because my personal understanding of which particular biomarkers are really relevant to longevity or even reverse of aging. So it just like evolved, and apparently there should be, some kind of new updated formulation. On the other hand, the concept of digital avatar, just like putting all markers into one specific kind of digital platform, biomarkers, but also kind of psychological markers, or maybe environmental markers, or even financial markers. Because if people are planning to live longer, their lifespan, health span should be interconnected, synchronized with wealth span, because most of the bills will be paid by people at the very latest years of their life. And the point is that they need to plan to preserve their wealth according to their plans for lifespan extension. It should be cross-integrated with wealth span extension. Uh, and yes, but in any way, let's consider that some of the experts forecasting that longevity escape velocity will be achieved by 2030. We need to, by the time, to have really very tangible biomarkers to measure this milestone in an unbiased way. In a sense, like and I'm quite confident that during the next 5 years, the progress in biomarkers will evolve quite substantially. Now, even despite that I'm a little bit skeptical about current stage of longevity science and longevity medicine, nevertheless, we are making very substantial, analysis of everything what is happening on the very forefront of not only longevity science, but particularly longevity medicine. We are applying very sophisticated analytical methods, like enhanced deep analytics, special purpose analytics, for analyzing all the best clinics. As you can understand, we have very specific priority dashboard on this matter. We are monitoring 10,000 advanced medicine clinics, and we derived 1,000 the most advanced, and then among them we identified roughly approximately 350 longevity clinics. And then we are analyzing their specific protocols, each constant process, because each of them, they are naming longevity clinics, but each of them is different, very much dependent on a specific scientific medical school of chief medical officer. And this is like quite, how to say it, equations for multiple variables. This is some kind of, visualization how we kind of deriving the best patterns, the gold standard for designing, the best protocol, how to transform clinic into best longevity clinic, or maybe longevity industry, longevity medical clinic 1.0 towards 2.0. Now, there are trillionaires, or let's say people who soon will become trillionaires, like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, but we do know who are already trillionaires, because health is the new wealth, and the real health is much more than just wealth. If you look at this image, you understand what I'm talking about, because it doesn't matter how much you have wealth in this world if it is counted in money. But if you have wealth and knowledge how to extend your health span, your lifespan, and your kind of family, your kind of friends, relatives. So this is the real kind of, this is the real knowledge, and this is the real wealth, much beyond than just financial wealth. We designed very specific framework how to analyze the best doctors, the best biohackers, the best, let's say, experts, how to differentiate profounds from real practitioners, and how to differentiate people who are over promoting or parasitizing on the hype around longevity medicine from people who are actually kind of really capable in that regard. Here's some. We profiled approximately 1,000 people. Applied some metrics. You can recognize some of these faces. Just some of them will be quite unusual for you. Some of them well known. Now, about debriefing. Like Richie, breathing, it's medicine. In yoga pranayama and many, kind of Asian like techniques, breathing is used either for treatment or for enhancement. For example, in China, in martial arts, everything is built on kind of breathing for enhancement. I'm talking about like Shaolin temple, kind of wushu style. In yoga pranayama, it is like used in the other approach, but breathing is immediately changing biochemistry of blood, and this is like the tool for which is capable, to rejuvenate mitochondria. Is capable to reactivate microcapillary system, which is I'm considering as second heart. And on the other hand, in space, astronauts are experiencing accelerated decline of mitochondria, which is equal to accelerated aging. That's why there's a lot of overlaps between space medicine and practical longevity on Earth and mitochondria medicine. On the other hand, some of these techniques, including for space medicine, besides if they will be repurposed for treatment of diseases, they can be quite powerful and very quickly powerful and cheap. On the other hand, they also can be repurposed towards enhancement, including, and first of all, not only physical enhancement, but neurocognitive. So enhancement of productivity of work of brain, memory, focus, kind of concentration, capability to process multitasking work and work in overstress situation, maybe after jet lag, after kind of on the kind of base, let's say on the background of maybe sleep deprivation, some kind of other kind of stress or distraction. So there are techniques how to overcome this. This is some kind of components of mitochondrial medicine, which is underappreciated in conventional approaches in medicine, including longevity, current mainstream longevity medicine. But we can't, in those list of health trillionaires, in particular doctors who are health trillionaires, those who do not stand mitochondrial medicine, we are not even including them in that list, or including with, with quite substantially decreased metrics. This gentleman, he's now 77. In the next slides, I will show what is he capable on his own body. In 1989, he was deputy chief of space medicine program in USSR. And he's now residing in Germany. You can consider him as probably the most wealthiest person in terms of health trillionaire. And he actually, he kind of provided me knowledge about space medicine and mitochondrial medicine. This is my book. It will be not published. It will be, I'll be gifting it to friends or like-minded people. So it's debriefing literally, and through this you can achieve this systemic approach to maintain and extend longevity of immune system. And this is ultimate core natural solution for longevity. All super centenaries, they have one common and very unique feature. Their immune system is very capable, and they are having extended health of immune system. And this is your immune system is the best possible doctor for you. It's like if you will be focusing on enhancement of immune system, you will not need longevity medicine doctors. This is my framework for briefing. I'm using this particular formula H5I2T. This most extreme, most kind of how to say, super intensive technique. There are a number of a little bit milder, and depending on intensivity and specific protocols, you can achieve some kind of mild gradual treatment of some pathologies, or you can apply this for sport training to enhance your capabilities in sport, or in a very kind of advanced case, this could be also applied for neurohacking. We were organizing a number of conferences on mitochondrial research in space, in space and space medicine, human longevity, with some scientists from NASA and European Space Agency. This is the gentleman Arkady. Now he's 77, but this photo is when he's a year ago, 76. So he's very capable as he's doctor, he's scientist, he's engineer, but also he's biohacker, and his VO2 max is, for his age, is probably the best in the world. This is kind of some examples, Wim Hof method, which is derived from yoga pranayama. There's a very specific type of yoga pranayama. So Wim Hof took that method, a little bit refined it, and using it a little bit enhanced mode. But it's almost equal to kind of techniques how some yogas are doing. And this is very powerful, very simple. Mobile application costs $30 per year. This is like definitely working. So this machine, this is used in like USSR style hypoxic machine. So I'm using exactly this machine. Um, this is kind of medical grade, the same machine, just like with medical license, produced in Germany. And then this is a portable, compact hyperbaric chamber. So these are coming from NASA, like USA style training for astronauts. They're equal to, like, hyperbaric chambers are equal to hypoxic machines. These are more expensive and less efficient, however, much more promoted, at least in the West. This is some graphs how kind of training with modulation of delivery of oxygen to the body and to mitochondria in particular. So how it actually provides immediate modulation on biochemistry. And then how this creates specific impact on mitochondria, on microcapillaries. For your awareness, cardiovascular system has length of 2 kilometers. Microcapillaries is having 70,000 kilometers. In most cases, people are having decreased and damaged microcapillary system, especially it is damaged in case of metabolic disorders like diabetes or COVID virus. There are many other kind of COVID is damaging microcapillary system is very substantially. That's why delivery of oxygen is decreasing to specific tissues, and mitochondria kind of declining. Lyme pandemic is now kind of very substantial pandemic. There are estimations that 1 billion people are infected, but diagnosed only several tens of millions of people. So, and this is quite similar to HIV, but on the other hand, it's like evolving like faster. Now, it's considered non-treatable disease, infection. However, it is treatable. And Arkady, the gentleman which I mentioned, so he wrote the book, This Undoing Lyme Disease, Mitochondrial Medicine and Surfing on Oxygen Waves. As I said, these techniques could be applied also for neurocognitive enhancement. This is screenshots of my personal training. So this is Wim Hof. As you can see, I can stop breathing for 4 minutes, 33 seconds. And this is on that space medicine training machine. This is hypox training index 613. So it's quite intense, quite substantial. This machine is mimicking a condition when alpinists are going to the peak of Everest without a mask and then quickly going down to the sea level. And then, so this is like decreased oxygen, 9% oxygen. This is peak of Everest without a mask. And then this increased oxygen, so it's like as if you're going into hyperbaric chamber or just level of seashore. And this amplitude intensive kind of changing of oxygen delivery, this is creates very substantial hermetic stress, and this is how you are training, your immune system and your adaptivity system. We'll be organizing this conference in several months with Arkady about practical mitochondrial medicine for medicine, disease treatment, but also for neurocognitive enhancement. Now about longevity medicine 2.0. So, as I mentioned, we do have analytical system on this matter. We're analyzing all the best clinics currently. We're also analyzing major health challenges. I think many of these challenges are actually present in India, including Lyme disease, autism, Alzheimer, or maybe such stuff like burnout, kind of toxins, diabetes, fertility, sleep disorders. Yeah, so, or let's say chronic fatigue. So many of them, PTSD, many of them are having, the same root causes, and the solution is also could be the same. So it could be a kind of space medicine, mitochondrial medicine, but repurposed for treatment of specific pathologies, including age-related disease. This is currently what we are achieved MVP in LBAMS. This is Longevity Blueprints Advanced Management System. This is AI driven, so we are creating constellation of AI copilots to design longevity blueprints. This is um, here's composition of blueprints. This is my personal ILB1. This is my personal blueprint. These are blueprints for managers who are working at DKG. Here's blueprint for women, and then for pets, and then connect longevity clinics, virtual clinics, modular clinics, gold standard for clinics. Here's specific components for longevity apartment, like longevity kitchen, biohacking room, sleeping room, longevity gym, mobile suitcase for traveling. Here's longevity home, longevity apartment, longevity office, skyscraper, longevity city. And we making this modular and multi-component hybrid, interconnected and with reinforcement learning. Here's just like some sketches on this matter, just to give you a little bit idea what this is about. This is a specific, exact screenshot from a specific registry of, so these are blueprints. And here's several hundreds, like it's going a little down, several hundreds of components, and then it's just like either yes or no. So it's like, and this is how we are cross-learning this some of these blueprints between each other. This is TRL level, so readiness. Some of them are achieved already MVP, some of them actually close to 1.0 for practical application. Some of them a little bit like in R&D stage. We are making very specific application for longevity real estate. This is mega trend now. So the refurbishing of apartments, so hotels, from hotels towards longevity hotels, towards like longevity retreats. And the same, many biohackers, if they want to be really biohackers, they first of all need to redesign their apartments. Yeah, so sleeping room, kitchen, with augmented reality glasses and AI copilots, by hacking room, and then such suit, just to take it always with you. For example, to neutralize jet lag, or just to have some kind of specific suit of there's like things, devices, and maybe food supplements, connect to help in some let's say challenging situations. Besides hardware, apparently protocols. So our major know-how, it's like blueprints protocols, and making them, like AI driven and machine learnable. So in the sense that they should be cross-learned between each other. Yeah, and for us, besides number of other investment financial activities, some let's say industrial activities, this blueprints, this is like for me most interesting thing on which I'm focusing for 2025. We are also, of course, we are working on longevity financial industry, on commoditization of this industry, making framework for this industry, apparently dashboard for this industry, producing, a number of investment digest. This is like a teaser of my book on this topic. We are currently, so it's like number of conferences, connect in London and Davos on this longevity fintech or investech. This is like a working prototype of longevity banking card. So it's operational in the UK, but it's integrated with longevity club. This is mobile, so it's everything like mobile, digital, virtual, mobile application based. This is a number of our kind of current projects or kind of planned projects. For your awareness, our ultimate goal to establish Longevity Stock Exchange, and according to our plan, it should happen 2026. We also in April, close to April, we are preparing to launch these dashboards, policy governance, including with some like qualified metrics to assess uh, who is doing ethical business or ethical, let's say, policy initiatives in longevity. For example, there will be also regional longevity governance in the US. We're also making similar systems for AI industry, AI industry ecosystem policy and governance dashboard. Uh, this is a series of my books. Some of them published, some of them upcoming. There will be some new editions for example, for Longevity Industry 1.0, it will be 1.5. In the sense, 2025 is like already 1.5 to 2.0 will be achieved in 2030. But I will be kind of updating these books, including longevity biomarkers. Yes, and we shall further on, we will be moving from Longevity Industry 2.0, which is like tangible life extension, health span extension for individual people, towards health span, lifespan extension of humanity, as a big collective entity. Okay, so this is Longevity Group. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dmitry. So we'll now move into questions. I think we've got about 15 minutes or so left for those. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, or you can raise your hand and ask them with your own microphone. In the meantime, while we wait, we've got a few questions here. So I'll just start off with one, and then LifeXtension, feel free to go next with yours. So what am I? Is there a pattern in your view to which longevity companies tend to attract investment from, outside of the dedicated longevity investors, the people who specifically focus on longevity? Are there certain companies or types of companies that you see as interesting to a more general
Longevity
investment
real
audience?
estate.
Right.
Longevity real estate. This is the new trend. So imagine that you are a doctor, but you're also engineer from SpaceX or Tesla. Or put it this way, you're taking engineer from SpaceX or maybe Tesla, which are kind of designing, sophisticated homes, apartments, like equipment, hardware, and you're taking doctor who is a little bit thinking about, like in terms of IT, bioinformatics, like digital biomarkers, etc. And you are putting them together, and kind of integrate them into some kind of building. Now, building it's no more than just a box. So kind of it's so you're creating something like longevity environment, apartment, room, house, home, clinic, retreat. Whereas just like real estate is just no more than a box. It's we actually my friend and colleague Frank Arteza here is also on the call joint. So we are now thinking about longevity car. When you are traveling in the car, including Tesla, you are at the epicenter of extreme electromagnetic pollution. Like all that batteries, all that electronics is just like surrounding you. Uh, so the point is that, and there are people who are spending quite a lot of time in, out the cars. For example, in Dubai, people just like spending several hours per day in cars. I think in many cases in US will be the same. So, uh, like if you are making a longevity sleep room and you're spending there 8 hours, you need to probably also think about car. If you're spending so much time in car, and in this regard, you just like taking your kind of daytime, how many hours you're spending where, and applying the more hours you're spending somewhere, like apparently longevity sleeping room should be number one priority, but and then you're going down like how many hours or minutes you're spending in some specific environment, and there you need to organize more sophisticated environment which will be pro longevity, because in many cases the current real estate is just built from you don't know, like from some chemical, like in Moldova in particular, there's very specific issue. Houses were built, let's say, 50 years ago, maybe 70 years ago, during the start time. And roofs, they're covered with some material. When it's heated, from specific, chemical material. When it's heated with the sun during summer, it's emitting some chemical stuff, and which is like very bad for lungs. So kind of number one approach, if there will be pro-longevity president Moldova elected, they need to change all those rules. I would assume, that in India there could be, some similar issues, in a sense, just walls can emit some chemical stuff. So put it this way, like simple, in a sense, simple to understand, uh, but there's big gap, like you will not find uh, doctor who is specializing on specifically, organizing apartments. There are some kind of, some people who are interested, but it's not yet a profession. But demand is very substantial.
All right. Thanks for the comprehensive answer. Yeah, so if someone from LifeXtension would like to go ahead with a question.
Yeah, I have a question. So, throughout your journey, Timothy sir, you've been involved in both scientific and business ventures. How was your perspective on longevity and technology, and how it evolved over time? And what drives your continued passion for this field?
When you're doing business for longevity, you're getting, if you're doing it successfully, you're getting the best access to longevity knowledge, which is giving you opportunity, to extend your personal life or life your, let's say, relatives, family. On the other hand, if you're doing this business right, you are, besides, generating some revenue, you're also getting a lot of self-satisfaction because you are giving health and longevity to people, which is like the best possible business. So this is about what driving me. And about evolution, it's just like the points that the more I'm getting knowledge in this field, the more I understand how less I still do not know, and how many smart people are out there outside in all this mainstream longevity science, longevity medicine, which are currently promoted as science and medicine. As you know, in current stage, um, longevity science still can't achieve consensus of longevity biomarkers, and there's still no zero longevity geroprotectors. No one chemical compound is proven, to slow down aging or kind of achieve tangible results, like rapamycin or metformin or kind of, senolytic, etc. It's all very vague with very kind of, controversial results, and it's working on some people. It may be working, maybe not. Some people it's like giving, negative results. And then, but surprisingly, there are very tangible people who are not promoting themselves, who are not speaking too much, at the conferences, kind of headliners. They may be not celebrities, but their knowledge is real, kind of real, precise, real, tangible. And that's why I'm kind of, regarding my personal evolution. I stopped to attend many conferences. It's not that much itching. I'm just a little bit, focusing more kind of more and more analytics in practical longevity, in biohacking, in life extension, in longevity medicine, getting in touch with those super knowledgeable people whom we are naming longevity trillionaires, health trillionaires.
Okay, thank you, sir. Actually, I have one more question. Is there opportunity for Indian students to work with you?
Sure, there is. I mean, especially, we do appreciate people with who are kind of in diversified geography, and with diversified, background, because as I explained, previously, longevity industry it's like much beyond than just like medicine, much beyond than just science. It's like about social economic. It's about, like it's so many things, real estate or space medicine. It's like it's easy to tell what is not longevity. War is against longevity. Like some chemical pollution is against longevity. Radioactive pollution is against longevity. Some microplastic is against longevity. Like whatever, more or less positive for humans. It's all about longevity. By the way, I understand, guys, that some of you actually from Canada, right? Dylan, am I correct?
Nobody on the call currently, but Sufal and Marvin, yes, are from Canada, and Denisa
Yes.
spends a lot of time up there. Yeah.
Franca, can you just in case a little bit present yourself, because 90% of what I have presented, Franca was, at the very core of analytics, data aggregation and structuring. He's based in Toronto and working with us already kind of 10 years.
Sure. Yeah, very, very briefly, I'm one of the
He's
managing
actually
partners.
was helping me to prepare the presentation for today. Thank
Yes,
you,
I'm
Franca.
one of the managing partners of Deep Knowledge Group. I'm going on my 10th year now, almost with Dmitry. I got involved with him many years ago through the Biogerontology Research Foundation. That's the UK's oldest longevity-focused charity. I was a trustee and deputy director there for some time. After that, I transitioned to director of Aging Analytics Agency. This is Deep Knowledge Group's flagship longevity-focused analytics subsidiary, one of roughly 12 domain or industry-specific analytics subsidiaries. And yes, I've had some part to play in the majority of Deep Knowledge Group's longevity projects and activities over this time. And it's great to be here. And yes, once again, I am based in Canada.
Excellent. Was that Toronto, you said?
Correct.
Yeah, Toronto is where Marvin and Sufal, I believe, are based. Or Sufal is moving to the Bay, but I imagine they'll be, back to Toronto for various things at various points. I believe Fraser had a question actually for Dmitry. If you'd like to go ahead.
Knowledge about longevity, medicine, science for longevity, should be accessible free of charge for all the humanity. Knowledge and technologies about super life extension, not beyond 120 years. So that should be for extra price. I don't know, for if Brian Johnson is doing like 2 million per year, for your awareness, his chief medical officer is Zoli Oli Zolman. That gentleman was working in 2016 under my, let's say, management for the project of life extension of president of Kazakhstan up to 120 years. The budget for extension of life of that personality was $500 million estimated, and the platform for experimentations was estimated to use my body as the platform. So what Brian Johnson is doing for $2 million, it's very primitivistic and decreased, protocol which was designed back in 2016, and actually, the concept of longevity biomarkers was established then. And where I'm reading this, for those, like, let's say, power brokers or, billionaires in money brokers, okay, probably for them, there should be, this like elite style kind of, extra life extension. For people in Moldova and India, longevity should be just like, basic right. And for your awareness, we do have one partner. He recently, kind of joined our consortium. He's based in Dubai, but originally he's from Egypt. In Egypt, 130 million of people, something like 30% of them have diabetes, so pre-diabetes stage. We are designing the program how for the budget of $100 initially to produce specific devices, and we have estimation that it will take $20 per month for 3 months to treat diabetes. So in other words, one device, it will be then, from one person could be transferred to another. So let's say produce 1 million of devices, and then, roughly $60 budget to its last supply, for the device. The device is named Rebriefer. So I saw with my own eyes how those devices, typically on average for 2 months, were treating people from diabetes type 2. So like what I'm doing this, our approach, to design technologies which will be for fraction of the cost capable to treat diabetes in most problematic, most poorest country. So this is like ethical longevity, you see. Now, the other point is that if you got knowledge about, how there are techniques how to treat some disease, so instead of preserving it like kind of generating profit, you need to distribute it. So this is our mission. You see, like Longevity.International. Franco, what is the motto of Longevity.International?
Well, it's an open source platform.
How it is? Listen, how it is just written on the website. It's like decentralized platform. For kind of ensuring that OpenAI. It was designed to be created to kind of that everybody will know about AI, kind of it will be destroyed. So, but it didn't happen the way. So we're building Longevity.International in the way that major knowledge, major techniques, and the major protocols should be free of charge, distributed to everybody. Kind of, and we will be working as engineers, to pack them in such a way that they will be portable, compact, cheap, kind of as kind of and affordable as kind of cheap smartphones. So this is like ethical, you see. The other angle of ethics, it's differentiate fraudsters, kind of overhyped people who kind of parasitizing on abuse of this like longevity theme, gaining not in a fair way some revenue, some kind of fame, some I don't know titles, scientific titles, Uh, David Sinclair is a very exact example of non-ethical, Matt Cumberland, if you know about that conflict. So this is example of ethical approach. So two kind of, positive, negative kind of sides of the same coin. So our mission is to support scientists and doctors, practitioners who are acting in ethical way within longevity community, longevity industry, and where it's possible, actually, maybe a little bit neutralize or prevent, kind of those people who are acting like in a bad way.
I think that'd be a great comfort to the public to know that, the people with wealth are interested in this being done in an ethical way. There are public fears about, longevity
Dylan,
being done
I will tell
unethically.
you the following, that then people are getting access to real life extension, practical life extension. They kind of started to lose interest in just money, like in a sense, like because if you got access to that, uh, money is not that interesting already. Where I'm reading this, when maybe those who are wealthy but still do not have access, maybe they're not so important, or maybe their priorities in life not that kind of, how to say, correct. I'm meaning money. If you will consider, deep seek phenomenon, like stronger AI for $6 million, instead of like 6 billions or half a trillion. So it's the very same, if you can achieve practical life extension for yourself for kind of fraction of the cost. What for to spend, billions or somewhere in Silicon Valley, kind of making all that hype, all that big investment rounds, whereas maybe more efficient technology already existing, somewhere in India. It's just like they should be refined, they should be enhanced with sensors, with some AI copilots, with kind of, they should become more personalized, kind of, they should be becoming more tangible, kind of, it's like, imagine like we're taking existing for centuries, some practices, and enhancing them with AI, with some equipment. This is exactly how it is made in space medicine. They are not kind of, and to establish settlement on Mars, they will need to create space medicine 2.0, like superhumans who will be capable to survive, whereas no medicine will help at all. So it will be, like, uh, let's say, that will be next generation of humans, but about longevity on Earth, uh, most of technologies are already existing. They just need to be refined to be, enhanced. It's like, to some extent, taking the apartment and refurbishing it into, longevity apartment. So it's like will be not just about, sitting in pose of Buddha, meditating. You need to. It will be beneficial to meditate, but you need to equip that apartment with, enhanced equipment, including that in many cases, apartments now existing in polluted areas. You see, so you can't. I mean, maybe 100 years ago it was good enough to be in so-called blue zone because those blue zones were clean yet. Now they're kind of polluted with microplastic. You see, so in other words, the previous techniques could be used or could be taken account, but they should be definitely refined. They should be, additionally equipped, shielded from toxic, like environmental, kind of pollution, so kind of hazardous environment, including electromagnetic pollution, kind of toxins forever. It's like a big issues, like those toxins which are kind of distributed via water and not detectable because like fractions are very small. Yeah. Guys, what I would propose, um, we will connect via email. You already know my email. I will also connect. I will be making full up. I mean, deliver this presentation like 120 slides. So I think I will need to upload it to Google Drive. But let's say I will deliver it, and I will also put in CC Frank there. So, Sally, when you ask like if somebody will be interested, to cooperate with us, to collaborate, I don't know, to work with us, so please approach to Franca. He can, coordinate this. So we would, by the way, quite interested, to collaborate with your teams in terms of, in non-profit format, in the sense like our non-profit initiatives, including, about education, on behalf of our Biogerontology Research Foundation. So we will be quite interested, kind of including, with your Indian angle. So just like I think more younger people, required in this field, which will be thinking a little bit different how it is like mainstream in, Silicon Valley. This like, so in a sense like, to have different perspective, different angle, and this, angle of that longevity should be kind of distributed all across in Brazil, India, Moldova, like Africa, not in the way how it is like will be New York or San Francisco or London. Uh, yeah, but in regards, connect to actual connect, let's say conventional approach to work, we are intensively hiring people. So, in other words, whoever will be interested, approach Franca. On the other hand, I would recommend you next time to invite actually Franca to speak. Maybe he can cover a little bit, more his angle. We also have Kate Batts in Miami. She's preparing to publish book Women Longevity. So kind of put it this way: in DKG, we have many people besides me, who kind of might be interesting to you. They might be, a little bit less about sixth industrial revolution or fifth industrial revolution. Maybe they will be a little bit, how to say, speaking in a little bit simpler words. Maybe about, some kind of things which will be on your side, maybe a little bit interesting to some of you. You see, so in other words, uh, we the same as you have very diversified, teams by kind of who was born where living, what background, some of us are in life science, some of us in IT or AI. Um, yes. So, by the way, on the matter of policy and ethics, we have Ian Inkster. Um, you mentioned Edinburgh, so he's in Edinburgh, and he's like chief of longevity policy already for many years in our organization.
Oh, I see. Excellent. That sounds like someone I'd love to meet.
Yeah, yeah. So he is Scottish, He's also has some his angle of perspective on the entire UK case, but also he has, and he initially was media officer at Sense Foundation, like for he started to work with Robert de Grey probably like almost 70 years ago.
I see. That makes a lot of sense. Thanks for
Mhm.
the tip, Dmitry.
Right. Okay, guys. So I hope my presentation was kind of how say possible to comprehend to some extent. It was long, but I hope that you enjoyed it. So let's proceed to kind of collaborate, and I kind of you can rely on kind of some degree of our support, in your endeavors, because we really kind of appreciate, your efforts, to make it more inclusive and diversified, distributed, geographically, I mean, and culturally.
I appreciate it. Yeah, you seem to have a very international network, which I'm sure we have an associate we're working with now from Kazakhstan, for example, which I know you have, previous experience with. So, I'm sure there's all kinds of ways that we can link up our work and of course with India as well. So thank you very much for your time, Dmitry. Very
Excellent.
much
Okay,
appreciated.
guys. Okay, thank you very much. It was my pleasure, actually. Yeah. Okay. So good luck and take care.